What's up, guys? This is Jay from Conversations with Jay. You know, I gave it to you straight, no chase, and we're here at the Diddy trial, day 18. I know that they were trying to hit on fraud a lot. That's what the prosecution's angle was. Remember, she's the one, aside from Cassie, that he was charged with trafficking, right? So they really tried to hit on fraud because it's either by force, fraud, or coercion, right? So with Cassie, they were saying it was by force because the relationship had physical violence. With both of them, they were saying both women were coerced, threatened, or whatever. With Cassie, they were saying that she was threatened by him saying, I'll put out your freak off tapes because he wasn't in them. He was in the corner recording them, right? With this one, the prosecution's trying to say that she was coerced because he was paying for her house, $10,000 a month. And whenever she didn't want to do those things, he would threaten to break up with her and then say, well, if we're not in a relationship, I don't need to be paying for your place anymore. So you got 90 days to get out of the crib. So basically he was quote unquote holding shelter over her head, which to me, just go get a job and you had a home before you met him. You will have a home after you met him. It just won't be the $10,000 a month home. But the fraud part was interesting because he would invite her places and she would say, I thought it was just going to be us having a good time as a nice, loving couple, just us, quality time. She kept saying quality time, just us. And all of a sudden, he would convince her with words, he would sweet talk her into having a hotel night. Okay. This is what he felt she brought to the table. Clearly, he didn't think anything else of her. He was just like, you're the girl that I do my hotel nights with and I get my freakiness off with. And the other girls clearly, maybe some of them were, but clearly a lot of the other girls, he said, this is more my main girl and so on and so forth. It's the same dynamic with Cassie and Kim Porter. Cassie was jealous of Kim Porter, sometimes jealous of Gina, saying, I want, that spot as being your soulmate. Cassie even texted him that after her funeral when she passed away, saying, 7 years, I think she said 10 years or 11 years. And that's your soulmate. And I was never your soulmate, stuff like this. It kind of plays into what the defense was saying in their opening statements, which is this is all fueled by drugs, alcohol, jealousy, anger, rage. These are all just bad relationships. A guy who had many girlfriends and the girlfriends got jealous of each other and the girlfriends got upset that they weren't being treated the way they wanted to be treated. Yet they felt like they were doing more than what the other girls were doing because they were obviously doing these very, very difficult physical things. I mean, there's a time that she says in here that, she was in one position for hours, like hours. And the question here is, why would you stay in those positions for many hours if it hurt you? Answer was, that's what my partner wanted, right? So like, there's just so much here. I don't know, guys, but there's a lot of notes that I have, pages and pages of notes. And to be honest with you, I don't think the prosecution has been much closer to proving the point of the trafficking or even the transferring across state lines. It's very, very blurry. A lot of this stuff is in such a gray area because remember, trafficking is not just manipulating them, forcing them through something. Fraud is not, hey, baby, let's go for a date. And then they go on a date. And then after the date, he's like, want to do a hotel night? It'll really please me. Come on, girl. Let's do it. Come on. And then she says, fine, okay. And then that's not fraud. She's trying to say it's fraud because I went there thinking one thing and then all of a sudden I ended up doing something else. But fraud is more like you got to do this because I owe so much money to the mob or to a friend of mine or something like that. And they want me to do something with you and put it on camera or they're going to break my legs. That's fraud. That's like totally misrepresenting the truth outside of your relationship, right? Saying I want to hang out with you for a date and we can spend some quality time and then finessing her into giving you what you want. I don't see a jury saying that's fraud. Then every man and every woman in any relationship is guilty of fraud. It's called manipulations. And I know that word has a very bad rap, but everybody's manipulating at all times. It's just that sometimes you're manipulating for the good and sometimes you're manipulating for the bad. Right. And so it just really is tough for me to think a jury is going to think that a sweet talking boyfriend who has a lot of money that he weighs around his money and lifestyle in order to make his girlfriend give him what he wants sexually is fraud, right? Also, it's not coercion. Like I can't reconcile that.